allergies as well as all starts because you might have too much citric acid in your diet. See, the problem is with citric acid, it is actually derived from mold. Um, and what happened is that's the cause of most allergies. And of course, you have to stay away from a lot of the hormonal foods. Then that would actually help quite a bit. But to actually assist with the allergies, one of the best thing you can do is add quercetin to your diet. It's a really great supplement, get some good quality, and it works amazing. It works really, really good. Hey guys, how's it going today? Trying to see the questions. It's very, very bright. The glare on the screen. What are hormonal foods? Hormonal foods, anything you're buying from the store, whether you're buying meat, eggs, dairy, anything like that, they all use heavily hormones in a lot of the products, right? A lot of their foods. So you just gotta limit that. But your most hormonal foods are dairy and eggs. So either you're buying raw dairy would be great, raw milk, or possibly getting some pasture-raised eggs would be great. Beautiful, yeah, it is beautiful day actually. Hopefully it stays like this. I'm waiting for the electrician guy to come. So once they come, I'll have to definitely let you guys go because we're gonna start probably doing the excavation from the bottom all the way to the top, so we can actually put the electrical wire. So now I can have better power, hopefully. I don't know if they're gonna get it done today, all of it, or not, but we'll see. Hopefully they do. But once they're here, I do have to clean the sea can a bit, one section, because we're gonna actually put the electrical box right inside the sea can. This way, I don't have to build a box for it or anything like that, which is nice. Hi Maurice, what limits saturated fats? What limits saturated fats in your diet? See, the saturated fats, it's a hit and miss. Certain individuals can utilize them, and certain individuals they cannot. So it's all based on your and it's all based on the lipoprotein small a. So if you have a very high levels of lipoprotein small a, then saturated fats could actually cause an issue. If you don't, then you're fine. We just want to make sure your body's utilizing them without causing any oxidation. But unfortunately, for me, I have a gene that I cannot emulsify fats correctly. So I do have to eat very, very lean. And the only saturated fats I try to include in my diet, a little bit of the animal products, but more of the cheese, because the cheese has a different structure of the saturated fats that your body can actually absorb and digest without causing any confliction with your lipid profile. Is cortisol a big concern? Prevent? Yes, it is. And that's why you should actually be taking L-theanine as soon as you wake up. How do you make coffee, and which coffee do you use? I buy a local coffee from here. It is organic and mold-free, and that's the one I've been using. I used to use bulletproof coffee before, but I stopped just because the import from the US to Canada was getting way out of hand. Very expensive. Very expensive. I eat 8 pasture-raised eggs daily for years, and my allergies are terrible. So like that, the allergies is back. Let's go back into your diet. There's something that's actually causing it. So if you're eating pasture-raised eggs, so nothing to do with your eggs, then that's pretty much eliminated out of the picture. The second thing is, your other products, whether there's anything you're buying that is processed that contains citric acid, possibly. Is blood pressure reversible? 100% it is reversible. Book a time with me. I can guide you through the whole process. And I can kind of teach you how to fix it very easily. Do you know what minerals fight stress, oxidative stress? Magnesium does, but it takes a long time to saturate. So in the meantime, while you're saturating, you can start taking L-theanine. What's my method of making coffee? I've always drank espresso, but because I don't have power right now here, strong enough, I've been making French roast. I don't like it much, the French roast, because it's very, very light, and I like a heavy, dense flavor of coffee. So I do have like a manual espresso machine, but it's very, very tough to get the proper amount. because it always oxidizes. So I'm trying to actually play with that. I'm preparing for a gallbladder flush. Perfect. 3 days. 3 days with some apples, some lemon, and some olive oil. Then you can actually flush it out. Perfect. How to get rid of anxiety. Take L-theanine. Hey Marek, how are you? Samuel, John, how's? I hope things are going good. What's your thoughts on mushroom coffee? I tried mushroom coffee, didn't really feel a whole lot. Some people love it because it has lion's mane and cordyceps and other things. I tried it, didn't really feel a difference at all. So it's not something that I can whether I can recommend or not, but it's something you can definitely give it a shot and see how your body reacts to it. Whether you feel at ease and less jittery, or you feel good overall, then yeah, 100%. Likewise, Marek. I hope you're doing good, and we're enjoying the weather as always, and we got the beautiful mountain view today. So it's been nice. Waiting for the electrician to come. That's why I haven't done much. I just had a meeting this morning and waiting for the electrician to show up. And I end up shaving. I was trying to fix my beard, and we end up shaving it because I end up messing it up. That's awesome. You're in the mountains, but there's still a giant chemical in the back. Yeah, you see that crap? You see that freaking trail in the back? That's crazy. They get us everywhere. They're trying to keep the weather cooled off. So so this week we're getting high 20s. Next week we're gonna be like in a single digit again. It's gonna be high 8. So it's already chilly enough in the evening. You'd figure they'd actually stop doing that crap, right? So we get all the aluminums and all the heavy toxic metal on our ground, and we never really enjoy life as much. It's like winter and cold in Canada. It's bullshit. What is the cause of high blood pressure at young age? There's about 7 different factors that causes blood pressure to actually increase. Mostly it's young age is mostly due to glycation effect and overconsumption sometimes. Do you ever hear of Morley, Robbins, and the root cause protocol? I'll have to look into it. I haven't heard of Morley Robbins, but I'll definitely check it out. I read lots of information, a lot of books, but maybe I missed it. They are trying to mess with nature and garden. They want to actually mess with all the farmers, all the healthy growth, all the, whether you're getting meat or anything like that. Like, look at it. One this morning, and this one is right now. You guys can see the trail. And we had the one this morning at 4:30 in the morning, early, before anybody wakes up. And I'm usually up by that time working. And there it is. How to fix higher LDL levels. Connect with me, please. Or maybe download my ebook. Download my ebook on cholesterol. It will actually teach you exactly how to fix your high LDL level and whether it's being oxidized or not with the real true blood work. And you guys, anything you purchase from my website, you're supporting my channel, so I can stay living out here and stay giving you the great content and the live videos. It also makes it very tough for me if I have to get a full-time job. And my full-time job right now is helping you guys. So you guys' support would be amazing, seriously. And I'll help each one of you guys, seriously. If something I'm not able to, trust me, I have a lot of good connections in the clinical industry and a lot of herbalists as well too. I can always request help from them if we need to, and even naturopathic doctors I'm dealing with right now. And I'll help guys whatever I could from my end. And maybe I can stay here for the winter time. I don't have to go back to the freaking city. Speaking about coffee, can you give us a step-by-step guide how to make a healthy coffee, please? Speaking about coffee, let's go make one right now. Okay, let's go make one right now. If you guys want me to. Duke, you good? I'm just checking on Duke just to make sure he's okay, because we had the gate open. But I think he's under the deck because it's very, very hot outside. This is my little tiny house that I'm trying to build. I look funny with no beard. I'm not used to it. But it's okay, it's all good. Okay, let's do a fresh coffee, guys, because it's been requested. And I'm a coffee drinker, so we have to do it. So unfortunately, I don't have, what do you call it? I don't have my espresso machine because I just ordered one. I'm not able to do an espresso machine because I have power, so I have to do like French roast. So I just had 2 already this morning. So we're gonna probably do another one. This is my 3rd drink today. I'm gonna be probably wired. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna do is get yourself some good MCT oil. I like to use MCT oil. That's how you can actually feel satiated, energized, the same time it puts you in ketosis. Okay, so this is actually what I use. MCT oil, caprylic acid 8. There's caprylic acid 8 and there's caprylic acid 10. Sometimes it depends on the brand. You can either buy C8 and C10. It's always about $10 cheaper than buying C8 on its own. Now this one is pure C8, so it passes the digestion and then automatically puts you in ketosis instantly. So roughly, I keep the coffee stain on this because every time you wash it, you actually lose use the flavor. You gotta try Turkish coffee. I did overseas. I want to do some. So what I do is I usually don't put a tablespoon. I put a tablespoon because I'm used to it. I'm just guessing right now, but that's roughly about a tablespoon. There you go. If you put more in the beginning, it will actually cause a soft stool effect. Okay, so make sure you're putting at least, start with a teaspoon. So there you go. We got about a tablespoon in here, and we're gonna use the French roast. So the best thing to do is nothing better than to actually grind fresh coffee. So I got my little machine here. We're gonna fill it up with about 20 grams. So with the French roast, 20 grams, I'd like to put about 150 grams of water. This is my probably last cup before I have to go buy some again. Damn. So right now, guys, I won't be able to answer many questions right now because I'm actually talking about coffee. It's been requested. So let's focus on that and I'll answer you guys' questions. So 20 grams of fresh grind coffee beans. It's organic, it's dark roast. And so while you guys are doing that, while we're actually grinding the coffee, we're gonna actually heat up some water. So let me just fill up some water here. So this way we're doing multiple things at a time. So we got some nice spring water. We're gonna heat it up. There we go. So we're gonna heat up the water, get it to a boiling point while I'm grinding the coffee. Can you do a video for people with arrhythmia? Yeah, 100%. Send me a direct message, Connolly, please. And I'm going to write the ebook and give it to you guys for free as well on arrhythmia. You look younger with no beard. Love it. I know you're glad to be back and you're beautiful soon to be home. Thank you. Thanks for the comment as well, too. Ryan, I like it to be a little bit longer than this, but we'll get there in like a couple days. It goes fast. How do I support your channel? Either getting some of my ebooks or donation off my website would be greatly appreciated, John. Could trace minerals be a good cancer preventative? Keep in mind, in the presence of a trace mineral loss, there'll be a high presence of disease will accumulate. So we just grinded the coffee, guys. Like I said, it's gonna be about 20 grams. We're gonna put it in the French roast. Make sure you have a scale. I'll talk about the scale. So this way we're measuring 20 grams. There you go. We got exactly 19 grams. So 19 grams is not bad. Then keep in mind, we're gonna use the scale again when we actually pour in the water on top of the coffee beans. Now to pour in the water on top of the coffee beans, you have to go very slow and make sure you get every single bean soaked. And once it's soaked, we have to let it sit for about 4 minutes before we actually press it and mix it up with the MCT oil. You need to actually mix it up for at least a good 10 seconds. So let's wait for the water to actually boil. In the meantime, I'll definitely answer some questions. Thanks so much, John. Really appreciate that. Would be great. Um, and as well for cancer preventative, there's if you downloaded my cheat book, I do have good steps for cancer and how to prevent and how to actually fix it as well too. So definitely check it out. So while the water's been boiling, getting to a boiling point, I'm just gonna grab my blender. And this is my favorite cup, ceramic. I usually heat it up as well too. So what is best to do is while you're actually pouring the coffee with the coffee press, put some water in your small cup, in your coffee cup, so you can actually get the same temperature. If you don't, you'll end up causing the oxidation, and the oxidation will end up tasting very citrusy and lemony, which is not good. And sometimes that's the reasons why certain individuals end up getting irregular heartbeat, because the citrus will actually flush out more of your vitamin B1 and more of your magnesium. Do you have a microwave? I do have a microwave. I use it to store my cleaning supplies. I never, in probably the past 30 some years, never used a microwave. Don't believe them. They should never be used by anybody. They're like a cancer box. I have the microwave disconnected. So as you guys can see here, and I use it. There's my microwave. I use it to store all my cleaning supplies in there. It's a perfect spot to store your stuff. I never use it. I was gonna take it out and actually build a different display, but for now, since it is nice, I can at least use the front as a mirror when I'm shaving. So true, microwave is a big cancer box. It is a big cancer box. It cooks you from the inside out, and that's why we end up getting the effect of a glycation. Where can I get the preventative cancer ebook? I try to drink soursop tea daily. Renata, if you go to my website, and if you click on my picture profile on the top and go to my website, the ebook is called the cheat sheet ebook. It has about 100 different symptoms I talk about, but keep in mind, once you buy that version, like I'm doing an update. Every time there's an update, you get that update for free. So right now I'm working on version 1.2. Next time I'm gonna finish version 1.3. So whoever buys the cheat book will get a free upgrade for life. How come no studies confirmed that? Confirm what? How come no studies confirmed what? Can you be a little bit more specific? Do you approve of longevity vitamins? Some I do, some I don't. It's hard to say. There isn't that much proof behind it, and it's too early to tell. The microwave issue, oh, trust me, there's a lot of studies. And keep in mind, it's not about, whether there's studies that claim microwave foods are good or not. But keep in mind, if the government wants you freaking dead or wants you sick, and you think they're going to allow scientific researchers to actually put accurate information, always ask yourself, who sponsors that information, that scientific literature? Who sponsors that? So there we go, guys. We got some hot water. We're going to put it on top of the coffee. And we're going to do at least about 150 grams of water. Okay. That's what we're aiming for. Once I put about 150, we'll let the coffee saturate correctly with the water for at least 4 minutes before we mix it up. We're about 144. And we're at perfect. So right now we're just gonna time it 4 minutes. So if somebody wants to time me at 4 minutes, would be awesome. Because I don't have my phone with me right now. We're doing the live on it. So we got the coffee in here. Okay, it's actually being saturated with the warm water. We'll let it sit for about 4 minutes before we put it down and we actually mix it with the MCT oil. Why do people get irregular heartbeat after coffee? They claim coffee isn't good for health. The only reason is coffee has a diuretic effect, and it does actually flush out magnesium, and it throws off your magnesium potassium off balance, and that's why you end up getting irregular heartbeat. But that's fixable. that is fixable. And trust me, since 85% of the population are deficient in magnesium, coffee will actually enhance that. Keep in mind, coffee beans are actually berries, and berries of coffee, they're good as a prebiotic for the gut and good polyphenols. Like anything else, even if you eat vegetables, has oxalates, anti-nutrients. So everything has an anti-nutrient effect that causes certain symptoms. But it does not mean it's not good for you. For example, when you look at coffee, where's coffee being produced? Coffee is a bean, it's actually berries. But it does have an anti-nutrient where it actually pulls down your potassium and your magnesium, zinc, and vitamin B1. But if you replace these, when you eat proper density foods, you're fine. Longevity is trash and a scam. Everything is synthetic, non-bioavailable vitamins. 100%. Most of it is, but keep in mind, when they're talking about, for example, NMN, nicotinamide mononucleotide, they're using niacin. Niacin is actually a vitamin B complex, and they're using D-ribose, and D-ribose is actually derived from fermenting glucose and sugar. So it all depends on the company, and that's why certain companies will actually create a large effect, and certain companies, they do not. For example, the one I use from Australia, I know there's 72 companies that creates NMN, and the one I use from Australia is 100% natural. That's why I recommend it. And I've tested already about 13 different companies, and that's why I like it really good, because it works really well. Yeah, 100%. You're right. B6 and B2, not the 5-phosphate. That's why you have to be looking very careful at some of the vitamin line and vitamin, whether it's actually synthetic or it's coming from natural products. But that's why we're being fooled as well too. There's a lot of products out there that are actually synthetic, and they're causing more damage than good. Why do you recommend for high cholesterol? I'm just joining. If you download my ebook, Stephen, on cholesterol lowering or atherosclerosis, you definitely support my channel, and you'll support my live as well, so I can continue doing these and giving you guys a lot of valuable information. So please go ahead and do that. So it's been 4 minutes. Alan, thanks so much for checking on that for me. I appreciate it. So you can actually squeeze it down nice and smooth, and we're gonna actually pour the coffee in the blender. 150 grams of water is not a whole lot. It's usually like a good shot. But that's all you need. But that's why hey Ritik, how are you? But that's why I like the espresso. It's more intense. This stuff here is not as good. So let's go blend it up. So there we go. So we got some fresh, there's your coffee, guys. Perfect, about 150 grams, give or take. Very, very small cup. That's it, that's all you need. There's the coffee, cheers. And that's how you make like a good, fresh, delicious coffee. We'll put this back, put everything away, make some room. Colloidal minerals is another of their scam. You want ionic ocean or fulvic minerals, 100%. The ionic ocean, that's the one that I always recommend, guys. And this is the one that you guys want. Ionic ocean coming straight from Australia as well, another clean source. Put some Chilijit and MCT in there and collagen. I did put already some MCT in here. I don't have any Chilijit, actually. Do you ever hear of Rosita cod liver oil? I have. Cheers, guys. I hope this kind of gives you an idea how I make my coffee, but next time let's make sure we turned off the stove. Next time, because everything is gas powered here, next time we'll do like one on an espresso, like I was doing in this city, hopefully. What is high cholesterol bad when triglycerides are 40 and very low VLDL? It's all about oxidizing or not. Study, and I hope this kind of gives you the idea how I make my coffee. Duke, where were you? A coral calcium good for us? I would never use calcium for anybody, and I would never recommend calcium for anybody. If you're taking vitamin D, your body produces enough. Cod liver oil, in my opinion, is the best way to get a real vitamin A D correct ratio. 100%. 100% it is. And cod liver oil, just make sure, just make sure it's one of the best forms that it does not oxidize and it has the highest levels of DHA. And that's what we need. What actually oxidizes in a lot of the cod liver or omega fish oils is mostly the EPA levels. And you get natural vitamin D and natural vitamin A. And you need, trust me guys, you need vitamin A to actually synthesize and actually correct your vitamin K and vitamin D3 as well, and your vitamin E, anything that is fat soluble. What deficiency causes tachycardia? Magnesium and vitamin B1 as benfotiamine. Hey bud, you want some coffee? Duke doesn't like coffee. Let's sit down here by Duke. Oops, almost dropped the coffee. Hey, what do you want to do today? Don't ingest citric acid. No, stay away from citric acid. Make sure you guys, anything you buy that has citric acid, get away from it. Seriously. Even when you're buying, like, say, I know I talk lots about like fermented olives and cucumbers and stuff like that. They always put citric acid. That's why I make my own. But be careful, guys. You're gonna find a lot of citric acid and a lot of ingredients. Stay away from it. That's what causes most of the issues, especially the mold toxic effect. As much as you could, stay away from it. Citric acid is #1 killer. Second #1 killer is mouthwash. That's what causes high blood pressure. Especially a lot of young, like I had 2 young people yesterday as my patient. They're only 16 years old and they're experiencing high blood pressure. And guess why? It was all in regards to their mouthwash. Mouthwash causes high blood pressure issues. Stay away from all that stuff. Use natural stuff, guys. Ask Duke, what does he eat? Raw food. What should us as a human eat? Raw food. What is your take on ancestral supplements? You got me on that one. Ancestral supplements, they're okay. But, I think one of them I was looking into where they say, well, take 6 capsules of ancestral supplement of liver. And if you actually compare it to like a real liver size, it's okay. It's not much. I did a video a long time ago how much you get in between. If you can't handle some of the organs, it's fine to take, but I won't. I would never do it. I'd rather get the organs in here. Lemon is different. Lemon has a natural citrus in it, nothing to do with citric acid. Which mouthwash to use? Don't use any. Wow, I'm missing some questions. I can barely see the screen sometimes. I love the idea of eating mouth to tail. I just don't have the stomach for the real thing. Come on, it's not that bad. You know what you should do? What I did to a couple of my patients. They end up buying liver, and they cut the liver into like a small pieces that they can actually swallow, and you just freeze them. So every time you're having your meal, there's your ancestral frozen vitamin from the freezer. Duke loves sitting beside me. Anywhere we go, he slept with me. He sleeps beside me the whole night. He doesn't move anymore. Before, he used to jump back and forth, back and forth. He still wakes me up early morning. Once I finish the coffee, we'll walk around. Thoughts on raw fruit diet for healing fatty liver? What makes you think that a raw fruit diet is gonna heal your fatty liver? The problem is with raw fruit or fruits in genetic, is very high in fructose. So what puts your liver at such a high level of stress? Converting fructose to glucose. So that's not gonna really help. That's not gonna really help. Fructose puts a lot of stress on the liver, so it's not gonna help with with actually helping the fatty liver issue. What lowers cholesterol? Please download my ebook. Daniette, I hope I'm saying your name correctly. Danielle, please download my ebook. I have everything in there in regards to the cholesterol and atherosclerosis, and you're gonna support my channel in return. And it talks about everything, and you'll have that ebook for life that will teach you everything, and you can share it with family and friends. Thyroid health, any supplements? Start with the tyrosine. Taurine is causing me diarrhea. How much taurine are you taking? Maybe start a little bit slower. Maybe it's actually allowing more magnesium to be absorbed at the cellular level, so now it's causing diuretic effect. Any idea how to make liverwurst naturally? But I don't like the additives in it. I'll have to check. I used to make it a long time ago, but I'll have to check the ingredients and I can maybe share it with you guys. Are grass-fed beef liver supplement okay if you don't eat it? Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. Yeah, maybe take a little bit less than 2 grams. Take 1 gram or 500 milligrams. Start slowly. Grass-fed, all the ancestral supplements, grass-fed and stuff, it's not bad as long as you're getting some in your diet, because we do need it. That's how you get like sometimes your copper, your zinc levels, your vitamin B complex, as long as it's not heavily processed. If it's correctly dry freeze, then it should be good for you guys. It should be good to get some of these organs. Or if you're able to eat liver, like say once a week or twice a week, that would be ideal as well. Wouldn't be too bad. What's good for glaucoma? You got astaxanthin, zeaxanthin, lutein. You got nitrate supplement and taurine. These would be actually ideal for glaucoma issue. Especially if you're using a lot of computer, a lot of screens, you have to be careful. Is goat liver is good every day? Yeah, 100%. You can have goat liver. You know, try to kind of stick to at least 4 ounces a day. Try not to exceed no more than about 4 ounces a day would be fine. But yeah, you definitely have it. You're not gonna overdose on vitamin A. I already had like 3 cups of coffee today. You guys killed me. Usually I don't have my last cup till at least 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. before I exercise. What are the things I can take to increase my test naturally at 57? You can actually take borax, but it's not so much about increasing the testosterone. It's mostly about whether you're estrogen dominant or not. And usually a lot of the guys are estrogen dominant because we consume everything in plastic. Copper bottle, yeah, I have a copper cup that I drink from. So do you same process for coffee every time? I do, yes. Every time I do the same process. But like I said, I rather have espresso. It's way stronger. This is like almost like a drinking water, to be honest with you. I like the espresso. I like the black coffee espresso with MCT. Nice and rich and very dense and heavy. And every cup will last me like a good 3-4 hours. Instead of the French roast, I just find it very, very mild. And no sugar. I don't put sugar at all. I haven't had sugar for years. And if you guys are gonna use sugar, maybe use something like more natural, like so it doesn't spike your insulin. You know, you can use like heavy whipping cream, 35% possibly would be great. Gives it like a nice little flavor. But instead of sugar, you can use, what's the other one called? Monk fruit. Monk fruit is good, guys, if you want. Stevia is bullshit. Stevia, if you're getting the white powder stevia, that's actually synthetic. I love coffee, drink at least 3 cups per day, so I need it healthy. Yeah, 100%. The way I just did it right now for you guys would be excellent. And as well, if when I get my espresso machine, we can do some espresso. It's delicious. Stay away from stevia. It still kind of counts as calories, and it still actually spike your insulin. Green powder form. Okay, so if you got the green powder, it's fine. If you got the synthetic, toss it away in the garbage. Here, got it, Duke. I was gonna actually cook beef tongue today. That's why I came on early, but the electrician called me. He said he's coming down, so I thought, okay, we'll do the beef tongue tomorrow, and you guys can maybe see how I'm gonna cook it. I never cooked one outside. Usually I would do it in a pressure cook, but I don't have a pressure cook here, so I have to do it manually. We're gonna do it on the wood stove. What about coconut sugar? Sugar is sugar. Coconut sugar is still gonna spike your insulin. Not good. I put monk fruit yesterday, and I have espresso machine, so thank you for that. Awesome. What's citric acid exactly? It's not from dried lemon. No, it's not. It's actually derived from fermented corn, and that's how they actually do it. So 99% of the time it is GMO bullshit stuff, and it's a hidden molecule that actually causes a lot of issues in the body, and a lot of the allergies, they actually come from it. Even if it's a minimal amount, the body gets confused every time it actually comes across that. And the only way you can get it, like say for example, if you end up buying, let's say, fermented olives. I bought some fermented olives, I know it has citric acid. Usually I go through a process of washing them about 9 times, and I let them soak in fresh spring water with apple cider vinegar, so you can actually extract all the citric acid out. But still, And the way you can tell it has it, the moment you eat it, some people end up getting like a crack on their tongue. That means you've been consuming too much citric acid. So you guys gotta stay away from that stuff. Do you consume coconut water? I don't have access to coconut water, unfortunately. We don't get coconuts here in Canada. When we get them in the stores and you buy them, most of the time they're dried or they don't taste good because of the shipping process and everything. If I can get some, would love to have some, but unfortunately I can't. And I would never buy any in a bottle because that's bullshit. And you guys shouldn't either. What about magnesium citrate is good? Magnesium citrate, you gotta find out where the citrate, they're actually mixing citrate, which is citric acid. And citric acid, guess what? Same shit, same issue. Sorry for my language, but it's the same thing. Anything that has citrate or citric acid, you guys gotta be careful. That's why there's stuff I don't recommend. That's why you always gotta go back to the natural ingredients. Magnesium ionic is the most natural found of magnesium. A lot of the other stuff is very, very synthetic, and that's why it's causing a lot of harm to your bodies. So if you can't find good magnesium citrate, because they're using citric acid, then you buy a magnesium ionic chloride, and you can actually buy natural citrate that's actually derived from apples. Then you can actually do your own mixing, but don't buy anything from the store that's already pre-mixed, because it's causing more harm than good. Magnesium, which one to buy? I have the link in my profile bio. It actually says trace minerals and magnesium is included. It comes from Australian water, Aussie water. Check it out. It is on my website. Magnesium malate. So you gotta look at the malate form where it's coming from. Malic acid. Malic acid comes from apples. If that's where it's actually derived, then you should be fine. So the way you can tell, you can actually contact the company and ask them for a certificate of analysis, because you want to know where the malic acid is coming from. Technically, malic acid should come from apples. So that's how you actually start to break things down, guys. If you don't do that, you're always kind of clueless. Well, it's not about being clueless. We're always being given so much synthetic and so much fake food that we're not sure what's going on. So always, monitor every single ingredient, every single molecule. Can I get some kind of magnesium from celery? No, you don't. Magnesium is technically, where we get magnesium from is our drinking water. Because when it comes down to food, the bioavailability is not there, and it's very, very small amount of it. So the only way you can get water, magnesium, is from good quality water, like spring water or creek water. Or you actually have to buy the Australian trace minerals, because it's actually derived from seawater. It's a true natural ionic magnesium. All the other influencers on social media, whether YouTube or whether TikTok, everybody talks about magnesium glycinate or malate or citrate or alpha unit. But the problem is nobody talks about where it's actually coming from. Have you eaten dates? I do eat dates once in a while, yes. Hi, any recommendation for gastric cancer? Yeah, we'll have to actually go on a protocol. You have to follow for a few months to actually get rid of the cancer if we're able to. And it depends how long have you had it for. I am helping 2 patients right now with gastric cancers, but they've only had it just recently. I'm not sure how long has it been, Rose. But there is a protocol you have to follow. It's not an easy protocol. If you really want some information on it, or you want to kind of get started on the guide, you have nothing to lose other than to give it a shot. Book a time with me. We can go in detailed about it. Dates have magnesium, yes, because they are very rich in sugars, they end up firing for the uptake to the cellular level, so it defeats the purpose of having magnesium. Loving the magnesium talk. Cheers. Thank you. So this is very, very important for everybody to understand. And guys, just to let you know, every video I'm doing right now that I do live is all recorded on YouTube, and it's left on YouTube channel, so you guys can actually go back and listen to it. Magnesium is very crucial for our body, but it's very, very, you have to know exactly what form to take. It's very crucial to understand that. And that's the only reason I would only take magnesium ionic chloride. That's it. If I ever want to mix it with anything else, I will do my own mixes. And that's how you guys should actually do it as well too. Get your most natural magnesium, then do your own mixes if you want to mix it. Whether you want glycinate for resting, whether you want, so glycinate would be glycine, and so on and so forth. Aussie spray or tablets, not the tablets, not the spray. The spray is used externally. Don't use the tablet, use the liquid. It's in the most natural form is a liquid bottle. So look into this very deeply, and always check for certificate of analysis. If something you're not sure, ask me. I'll go after and get the certificate of analysis, and if I can get it, then I would drop that company in a heartbeat. Liquid, thanks, Legend. Appreciate you. No worries, anytime. Joey, taking magnesium malate for fatigue. Yeah, magnesium malate is supposed to actually enhance your energy because it boosts up your mitochondria. Malate does that, and malate is actually malic acid. So malic acid comes from apples, which is really good. Do you like whole food vitamins? One thing I don't understand, because whole food vitamins are depleted. They are okay. They are okay. It's just the amount we get in there is very small, because they claim it's more bioavailable. Could be true that it's more bioavailable, but not really. So the only way the vitamins for them to work as being whole food, you have to actually consume them with some type of fat, like MCT oil, olive oil, animal fats, butter, ghee, just so you can actually increase the absorption rate. It's the same thing when I take polyphenols, for example. When I take polyphenols, the same way I take it, the same way I can poop it out. But if you actually take it and mix it with certain fat soluble while you're eating, you will actually increase this absorption rate. You're still gonna lose some, but you're still gonna increase your absorption rate way better. But the problem is with a lot of the whole food vitamins, they are quite expensive, and sometimes you don't get the same effect of what you're looking for. How can I stop sugar without a brain fog and feeling tired the whole day? It's gonna take about roughly anywhere between 5 to 10 days for the transformation to happen, and the transformation happens by you increasing your trace minerals in the body. I take a reacted magnesium bisglycinate powder. Is that okay? Should be fine. It depends on the glycine, how it's derived, but should be fine. The glycine is an amino acid, and bisglycinate is the reaction form to actually increase the absorption rate, which is okay. Just the problem is you have to find out how much elemental you're getting. If you're not getting nearly enough, then it defeats the purpose. Where are you? I'm in Canada. Beautiful place. Oh, you love the mountain behind me? That's my off-grid location that I'm trying to finish and live here for the year. So last year I did finish building my little tiny house behind me. This year I'm gonna finish my can get my water and my septic, and maybe stay here for the year. See how it goes if it's not too cold. But yeah, there's my little mountain view. We still have snow on the top of the mountain. Here, let's take you guys. Dude, come here, bud. Why are you eating grass? So there is my other section of the tiny house. I did attach my RV trailer there to the tiny house, so this way I can have, I'm gonna turn the RV trailer myself to like my sleeping quarters, and the other section will be more of a sitting area. 300 milligrams I take, and it's from a product called orthomolecular products. Orthomolecular products are good, but they're still using synthetic and some of the stuff. I'll have to look into it. It sounds more my Seattle, Washington, D.C. That's awesome. If it's exactly like this, would be great. So yeah, there's my little tiny house as a trailer. They're all gonna be attached together, and it's all gonna be covered. Eating grass is his medicine. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, he's been doing that for the past like 2 days since we got in here. He's been doing that. I know there's different changes. Oh, he wants to go outside the gate. Do you need a wife? Possibly. I don't believe in marriage because I think it's all bullshit. I think having a good person to actually be thankful for what the person has is more than anything. And being married is just a freaking paper. It's a bullshit paper sometimes, I tell you. But yeah, anybody is more than welcome to come down here and visit if you guys want to. Hopefully when I finish my little cabin, and I'm gonna do like a little guest section. That's countryside Canada, 100%. Well, that's the first time I heard somebody agree about marriage. Just a paper, so government can make more fucking money off you. Sorry for my language, but seriously, you will have so much peace. Oh, it's beautiful. There's, if you guys can see the view, there's my water line where Duke is playing with the water right now. Is there wild mushrooms? Oh, there's tons. Tons of mushrooms. I'm not sure which ones to pick, which ones are good, which ones are poison yet. I'm still learning. There's my little greenhouse I'm trying to build. It's all dedicated for cucumbers and strawberries. I just picked up all the pieces of wood left from my building my tiny house, and I put it all together. Invite me. Yeah, you're more than welcome. Once I'm done the tiny house, guys, and I'm gonna build a small retreat cabin. So if you guys are more than welcome to come down, if you're able to come down here. It's very calm, very beautiful. It's amazing. Is there any people living around? Yeah, I have on this side there. She lives all the way in the bottom. I have a Karen and a vegan. She's a Karen and a vegan, 2 in 1. Can you guys believe that? A Karen and a vegan behind me on that side. On that side, I have a young person with his family living. Awesome neighbor. He helps out with anything he could. He always coming out here, you know, having coffee, or he's helping out as well too. Super nice guy. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. Beautiful place. Hey, Duke, get off my green little house. He's digging it. No! Get out. Get out. Don't dig. Get out. Out. This is not yours. This is mine. Where do you live in Canada? In BC. Go, buddy. Go play. Seawater, magnesium mixed with hydroxide. Yeah. Should be fine. It depends how it's actually been made. Duke, don't dig in my greenhouse, please. Duke's having too much fun. I lived off grid in Maine. Love it. What happened now? You're not living there anymore? It is a lot of work. Don't get me wrong. Like, I have to collect my water. Duke, here with me. I have to collect the water manually. I have to do everything manually still, and I don't mind it. It's just I haven't really been here when it's like heavy snow. Last year when I left, there was slight snow. It was really cold. I didn't have like proper heating, so I had to leave. No, I had to move. That sucks. Yeah, it's just here we've been getting a lot of fires every year. It's been like this for 4 years. So I know they're preventing farmers from actually enjoying the time here and actually having their own land, but we'll see how it goes. Hopefully this year is nice. Duke is having too much fun up there. Can you guys see him? Oh yeah, you guys can see him. Yeah, I think you know, living off grid, living on a land or an acreage, you know, away from the city, that would be like the ultimate goal for everyone. And sometimes it is tough. Do you do yoga or stretching? I don't do any. I don't like yoga. It stresses me out more than anything. For me to sit calm there, you know, sitting on the deck, looking at that view, that's almost like yoga for me, by sitting and relaxing and drinking my coffee. Do I really want to close my eyes and do yoga? Some people love it. I can't handle it. I like to continue moving. I can't stay in one spot for 30 minutes or an hour. I do breathing exercises. I do grounding. I love the coffee. That's about it for my relaxation time. But yeah, some people believe in it so much. I don't. Stretching and stuff, it depends on the type of stretching, because you don't want to injure yourself or overstretch and cause certain ligament being torn or not. So as well, you got to be careful. But there's some supplements that would actually help. While it seems amazing out there, I'm sure you see lots of insects, ticks would scare me. Oh yeah, there's lots. Don't get me wrong. It doesn't really bother me much, as long as you're aware of it and you know exactly what to do about it. So it should be fine. What are your thoughts on gastric sleeve? Does it work? If you're looking to age yourself 20, 30 years ahead of your time, yeah, go for it. You're gonna become a vegetable after you get the sleeves done. And trust me on that, you're probably gonna lose your teeth, you're probably gonna lose your hair, you're probably gonna have like saggy skin, and you're gonna look terrible, and you're gonna say, you know what, I wish I never got it done. And trust me on this, Shabs, 100%, because I had 6 patients before I met them. They actually had it done, and they're much younger than me, and they look 3 times my age. Do you eat meat? I've been following a carnivorous diet for 10 years, guys. Is anti-caking agent silicon dioxide good in vitamin D? No, it's not. If you can get away from anti-caking stuff, then would be ideal. Sometimes a lot of companies, they like to use vitamin C and stuff, but you gotta be careful. Go away from that. And Shabs, trust me, don't do it. Even if the freaking doctor tells you to. Imagine you have a gut that holds all your microbiome. It tells you how's your heart disease, how's your weight, how's your teeth functioning, how's your hair, how's everything functioning. So these microbiomes is what keeps you healthy. So imagine now you're stitching half of your gut. So you're losing 25 or 30% of that microbiome. Imagine what could happen. Imagine what could happen to your body. Imagine what could happen to your health. So keep that in mind. It will actually tear you apart, seriously. Duke, leave my garden alone. He keeps going there. He wants to actually dig. My cholesterol levels are good, except triglycerides. Any idea? Please download my ebook. You're going to support my channel. You're going to support me personally. And it's going to give you all the information how to lower your triglycerides effectively. I have been considering it. I need to hear this. Thank you. If anything you want to actually take away as a message from me, I know you probably just came onto the channel or not. I'm probably a stranger to you and stuff, but seriously, don't do it. Work out, train, eat healthy. That's your main goal. Don't do anything. The body was never meant to actually go any type of surgery. The body was never meant to do a gallbladder removal. The body was never meant to remove your wisdom teeth. Your body was never supposed to do sleeves or any of that bullshit. So do me a favor and stop right now. If anybody from the family or friends encourage you to get it fucking done, don't do it. Very simple. What salt you use? Sometimes I use Celtic salt, sometimes I use Himalayan salt, sometimes I use no salt at all. But I take anywhere between 3 to 7 grams a day of salt. The only difference of you and Morley Robbins is he believes no vitamin D zinc supplements. I gotta look up his information. I'm really interested in this. Can you send me a link? I would definitely like to look him up and see. Is anemia curable? 100% it is curable, yeah. What salt? We've answered that. As he believes, no vitamin D, zinc, and supplement. So vitamin D, technically, you're supposed to get from the sun. Vitamin D is supposed to actually get from food, but the problem is we don't get enough of it. That's the problem. It depends on the area. It's not so much whether we get enough of it. It's all in regards to the diet you follow and how you actually emulsify and break certain vitamins and minerals down. So supplementations are not the best. But the problem is, if we've been deficient for generation of years, and everything, all the deficiencies started happening in the early 1940s, actually 1939, that supplementation have to actually help us because our food system is 100% depleted. 100% depleted. The low hemoglobin is something to do with your liver. We'll have to actually look into that. We'll have to check whether it's been over or under stimulated. Yeah, docs uses bandages like root canal can cause infections, heart issue. 100% they do, and that's what's actually destroying a lot of us. What about circumcisions, removal of foreskin? It shouldn't be done as well either. That's how you actually protect yourself from getting certain issues. And unfortunately, they do it at a young age, when a person is only a couple months old, not even a couple months old even. A lot of this stuff shouldn't be attempted. The human body should never be attempted or played with. Somebody's here. I'm just gonna check to see if the electrician's here or not, because they're coming with their excavator. Yes, it is poison. I would never use that silicon dioxide. We're putting stuff in our body that we're never meant to. No, it's not him. Hey Duke, you wanna stay up there by the water? Can you please tell me the brand of your copper? Oh, I bought it from Amazon, guys. It's no brand, it's just a generic stuff that is 100% authenticity, and it actually comes with a small certificate for the copper cup. It's not really a brand or nothing. Which vitamin D supplement to take, please, with K2? The one I take, vitamin D, I have to actually post the link. I do actually buy it locally. It comes mixed with MCT oil. But most of the time I do get it from cod liver oil directly. Now, MK2, MK7, well, vitamin K2, MK7, that comes with MCT too. I buy it locally as well. It's a Canadian company, they don't have it in the US. But I like everything to be mixed with MCT oil for better absorption and for stability. If you find anything with olive oil, you have to be careful because olive oil still tends to oxidize fast compared to saturated fats. I'll stay, guys, for another 5 minutes. I know I have to call it short right now just because I gotta wait for the electrician to come, and I have to clean up my container so they can be able to have room. I know I have some work to do, but I'll have to do a video for you guys. Convince my mom to try carnivore. She's on day 7. Her blood pressure went from 145 to 135 already. No white salt. That's awesome. That's amazing, Emma. I'm glad she's following. Excellent. Even if she did it temporary and after that did some adjustments, it's amazing to see results, especially drop, your systolic level from 145 to 135. That's 10 points. Thank you. I'll DM you. Perfect. Thanks so much. Yes. That's amazing, Emma. I'm glad to hear that. Make video on zeolite in detail. I will make a video. I did 2 videos already on zeolite on TikTok, but I will make one in specific. I have a lot of requests that I'm trying to finish one at a time, and sometimes I'm running out of time just because a lot of things to do and a lot of lives to do. I don't know if you guys like lives better or doing like video on specific content. Are iron pills good for my stomach? No, they're not. Avocado oil versus olive oil? None. What is the cause of low hemoglobin? It's the understimulation of your liver enzymes. You have to fix it and check your iron and ferritin levels. So you guys rather me do lives or do more video content? Because when I do video content, the problem is I get like, say, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 50,000 views. When I do lives, I'm only getting like 50, 60 views. What do you both? Okay, you guys gonna drain me. I know lives is nice. It's nice because I can answer a question on the spot, and this way I can guide you guys on the spot. But I definitely do require you guys' support. Whether it's a donation or whether you buy my ebook or you book a consultation, that's the only way I can make this happen. Interaction is very helpful. It is very helpful, and it actually, you guys can see the real me, and you can actually get a proper answer whether I bullshit or not, because there's a lot of influencers out there. All they do is research and they put the content, but do they really practice it? The question is about practicing what you preach. So that's the difference sometimes. And this way, when you see the real person, there's more trust as well, instead of just watching content, because anybody can create content by doing research, putting something together and creating a video. But I'll continue to make both if I could. And the same time, I hope I can make, it's not so much the money, it's more about me breaking even, so I can be able to stay out here as much as I could, as long as I could. I like the lives a lot. It's so helpful. What's wrong with oil? So avocado oil is been heavily processed for the past couple of years, and there's so much demand on it that a lot of the companies are starting to mix avocado oil with certain chemicals like vegetable oils. And the problem is with olive oil, if you're buying it locally, yes. If you're buying it internationally, you're gonna have at least 20% oxidization, because it's heat and light sensitive. What can I do to raise my hemoglobin? My friend is at 7. What do you mean 7? 7 is the level they're at? Send me a direct message, Valerie. I'll send you some information for supplementation to actually practice, but it's usually due to a lifestyle issue. Speaking about vitamin D supplement, any good company on iHerbs? I'll post one up. I was using one. They actually have 50,000 IU mixed with MCT. I don't know if they still have it up there or not. Please, can Fort cure liver, Livlon Fort. I haven't heard of that. I have to research it. You deserve millions followers at least. You are intelligent man. Thank you, Ritik. I'm hoping I'll get there one day. I think once my YouTube is optimized, then I don't have to worry too much. But it's not optimized. I've been trying to optimize it for the past year, and right now I made the promise. I want to get it optimized before the end of this month. So if you guys from TikTok can actually support my YouTube channel, watch a couple videos, that would help quite a bit, and that will increase my minutes. So maybe YouTube can optimize me, and I can probably even start doing more live and more other things. If I take cod liver oil, do I need vitamin D supplement? You don't. It depends on the levels. How do I lower my leptin, and what is high leptin? Dr. Anthony Chaffee said it delays weight loss. It does delay weight loss. In the presence of leptin, it's the same thing in the presence of insulin. It's all in regards to your food intake, that you have to make sure there is zero leptin of what you are consuming. It's not whether there's a supplement you can take. You can take magnesium, it does help in that, but it's all in regards to your lifestyle. Supplements don't fix everything. What do you think about cancer on carnivore diet? Does it cure it? It's not whether it cure it or not. The problem is with cancer, it depends where and what type it is. So they thrive on sugary, they thrive on starches, they thrive on processed heavily seed oils. So it's all about, what your lifestyle consists of. So let's say a person has cancer, Ken, and they said, you know what, we're gonna go ahead and do carnivore diet so we can fix the cancer. But the problem is, it took years to develop that cancer. So it doesn't mean just by you switching to carnivorous diet and eating clean, you're gonna fix cancer within a couple of months. It might take you years to actually fix it. But the whole idea is to stop the progression and to actually start reversing it. And sometimes supplements could be required to assist in that process. Do you drink spring water out of the plastic bottles? No, I don't. I drink everything in glass or stainless steel, and I get the water directly from the creek. I fill it up every morning and I filter it through a stainless steel system. So yeah, cancer is curable. It's just, what's the progression rate and how long it's been there. How to stay away from cancer cells? Stop eating anything that is man-made. Very simple. Man-made seed oils, all that stuff is all bullshit. Environmental toxins, stay away from all that stuff. Exotoxins, you got radiation, all that stuff you have to stay away from. EMF, we're using smartphones right now, but as long as you're grounding, all that stuff will help. Stay away from plastic, it mimics estrogen. So a lot of these things have to be actually eliminated from the diet. And sometimes even if you eliminate 80% and you still use 20%, but as long as you're aware of it and you're actually doing something about it, or possibly taking certain supplements to actually flush out some of these microplastic or other things, then, it's not bad. Organic tobacco tart causes cancer? I can't say for sure. It depends on the ingredients they put. Anything natural shouldn't really cause cancer unless it's heavily processed. How do I get water? I'm in the city. That's the problem. In the city, it's all going to come through tap water. As long as you actually filter the tap water and maybe you add some trace minerals, then maybe you could actually reduce the amount of microplastic and other toxic effect in it. Which coffee to buy? Any suggestion? The coffee I was buying was mostly, in the US, was mostly bulletproof, but right now I'll be getting like a local coffee. I was debating with someone about it. It's a possibility. Like I said, it's a possibility. But keep in mind, nothing happens overnight. Everything took years to develop. And everything was giving you signs over the years, but we are not tuned in. When you actually consume so much sugar, your brain is fogged. When your brain is fogged, you're never tuned in with your body. When you're not tuned in with your body, you have no clue what the hell is happening to your system. So now when you actually start to change your lifestyle, you reduce your sugar intake, indulging in glucose or fructose, and you're reducing your inflammation. Now you're actually more tuned in. Now when you are more tuned in, you can see, okay, is this food harming me? Is it harming me, or is it making me feel better? They said they tried carnivore for a little bit and it didn't work. Like, come on, you tried carnivore for a bit. What is a bit? 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks? What, you think you're gonna cure your freaking cancer within 2-3 weeks? Give me a break. That's the problem. It is funny, Ken. It is funny, and people don't realize that it took years. It didn't just happen. Woke up one day and, hey, guys, guess what? I have heart disease or I have cancer. No, it took 10 years to develop, 15 years to develop. What is your thoughts on rice coffee? Never heard of it. I have to check it out. Maybe send me a link. I can maybe dig into it a little bit further for you. Coffee with chicory is good. Chicory is good. It's prebiotic. Chicory root is good because it is a prebiotic to feed your good bacteria. So it's not bad. 1/4 teaspoon of that, that's all you require. Duke, go around. Go around. Duke is, when I put him outside the gate, I have to actually put a leash on him because I don't want him to go to the crown land. If he does go there, he can get in trouble and we'll have some coyotes or bears. And I'll have to go after him like last year. For an hour and a half, he was lost. So you can't take that chance. Like, just to kind of give you guys an example, even curing a fatty liver disease. Do you know how many years it takes to actually cure a fatty liver disease? And some people say, hey, I cured it in a month or two. No, you didn't cure it in a month or two. You stopped the progression in a month or two, possibly. It takes 3 years to fix a fatty liver disease. So it takes years to actually fix these symptoms. It doesn't just happen overnight. So don't give up, guys. Don't give up. Seriously, start working at it. The moment you start to feel good, it doesn't mean you fix the issue. You just stop the progression. You have to continue doing it for years and years to actually make sure you are healed. What can I eat to avoid starch? Increase your saturated fats. Saturated fats are what keep you satiated. Duke, we can't go there, buddy. There's a limit. Unless I can put the fence up. I wonder if I can do that. I would like to give him a little bit more room. But they say saturated fat is bad for your cholesterol. No, it's not. Only if it's actually being oxidized. Saturated fat is what gives you all your essential fatty acid vitamins. Saturated fat is what actually keep you satiated. The question is, how much do we need and how much gets oxidized? And that's what you need to know. If you have a genetic of lipoprotein small a, then you have to kind of be careful of how much saturated fats you consume. But if you don't, by all means, enjoy it, as long as it's not being oxidized. Imagine, yeah, there's, how many acres do you have? 5. It's owned between myself and my brothers. How do we know if we have that? You can actually get a blood test and ask for LP small a and LPPLA2. For extreme workout people eating more calories, it's not about calories in, calories out, but you actually, if you want to put in more muscle mass, you do need good quality protein and some good carbohydrates to help with that. One should avoid food with leptin. I would, 100%. 100%. Anything that actually triggers certain things in the body, you should definitely eliminate it, especially if you actually notice certain symptoms from it, whether you're not gaining weight, whether you're gaining weight or feeling inflamed. Like I said, you have to be tuned in with your body. Some people, they do great on certain products, and some people don't. Like let's say, for example, Duke, wait. Let's say, for example, tomatoes. Tomatoes are, I believe, heavy in leptin. So certain people, they love them. Certain people can't handle them. I haven't had tomatoes for almost 10 years now. So all varies per individual. Hold on, guys. Let me close the gate. Duke, it's very hot. Wait. Thank you, Maurice, for your lives on YouTube as well. I like that I get to replay them. Yeah, no problem, anytime. And I'm glad you're able to ask them because there's a lot of information sometimes to cover. Oh, you got the ball, Duke? Okay, let's play. I'm already on a carnivore diet, but was wondering if some exercises can lower it. Lower what? Why do bananas cause me inflammation? Very high in fructose. It's not your bananas, you're just having a hard time processing. And bananas are fake. Bananas are man-made. And it's genetically modified. We never had real bananas. Bananas were used to be like this big back in the day and full of seeds. Now we get bananas are almost like 12 inches or a foot, and there's no seeds in them. They're all genetically modified. That's why they cause inflammation, other than having the sugary stuff in it. Okay, guys, I'll do one more question, then I'm gonna get going, because I do have to go, start working and get things going and do some insulation and stuff. Bananas are a sad case. Oh, 100%. It's too bad. It's too bad. You avoided indeed my question. What is your question? Unless it's been blocked. I'm not avoiding anybody's question. Write it down again. Maurice, how long do you give yourself to finish your build? I'm hoping to finish my insulation, at least my insulation, and insulate under the trailer and close the wooden whole thing. I'm trying to hopefully finish that by end of May. Once I'm done that, the only thing I have to worry about is finishing the outside, which is I'm not gonna do till probably next year, but getting the water line and a septic line. That's what's most important, because I don't want them to freeze over winter. Once I get those done, then maybe when I have enough money or I can save, then I can start finishing the inside and the outside. What is the best supplement for sleeps beside magnesium? You have GABA, you have L-theanine, and you have cherry tart for sleep. Most fruits were mainly seeds before GMO. They were made from birds to spread seeds. 100%, 100%. It's too bad where we are at right now. So bananas not good for potassium. No, they're not. They actually compete with the sugar competes with the potassium level. If you want to get good potassium, the only two products that still contain good enough would be avocado and sweet potatoes. Good luck, brother Maurice, and thank you for all you are doing for us here in live. Cheers, Antoine. Thanks so much for the comment. So MCT oil with black coffee is good. Yes, MCT oil, make sure it's C8 and C10 or C8 by itself, and make sure you blend it so it's actually the fat molecules will blend in with the polyphenols, and that's how you can actually absorb them. Keep in mind, every cup of coffee is about 300 milligrams of polyphenols. We need minimum 2000 milligrams of polyphenols to prevent any lipid oxidization. Very, very important, guys. And I had a video on YouTube put out how to actually reduce your ApoB and your LPPLA2 by actually increasing your polyphenol intake. Polyphenol is very crucial, especially if anybody who has issues with heart disease or has a genetic disorder with heart disease. There's 137 gene types that actually can have heart disease at early age. Unfortunately, I had 5 myself, which is kind of sucks. I know not all coffee are actually equally. It's the same thing where they talk so down about eating freaking steaks or carnivorous, because back in the days, you know, when you go to a freaking restaurant and you order a steak, what the hell do they put on a steak? They put sugar, syrup, they put a whole bunch of other flavors to actually enhance it, such as MSG and sugar. So it's not the steak that is causing the disease, it's the ingredients they put on the steak. So the meat is the healthiest thing you can actually ever intake. Same with coffee. It's not the coffee itself that is causing the issue. It's the sugary, it's the creamers and the half-halves and all that other crap they put with the coffee that is causing the issue. And coffee has very small amount of oxalates. And if you have issues with oxalates, add in 35% heavy whipping cream that contains calcium, and calcium will bind to the oxalates, so coffee won't cause any oxalate issues. So coffee good for heart health. Coffee is actually gonna so when it comes down to heart health, they've been about 92 different studies where they said, you know, coffee, it actually gives a person energy to get up and walk. And when they did a study, they found that a lot of older people were actually living longer because due to the amount of coffee they drink. Because if they're not drinking coffee, they're just sitting on their ass, being lazy and watching TV instead of actually going outside and enjoying the weather. So when they actually did a study on these groups and they actually fed them coffee, they would actually get up and they get bored too quickly, so they're constantly moving. So just by doing a slight movement like that, you're actually putting your body into a movement scenario. So there's nothing wrong with coffee as long as you actually use the correct coffee beans, make sure it's not molded, and you actually mix it correctly. That's all it is. It's very simple. Why would berries be bad for you? So if coffee is bad for you, that means blueberries and huckleberries and raspberries and all bunch of berries are bad for you then, because they all fall into that same category. So it's not the coffee itself, it's the way it's grown, it's the way it's processed, it's the way it's fermented. All that stuff has to kind of be looked into correctly. I think that was my last question, which is good. Now I can go work. You guys, is it bad to have milk with coffee? I would never have milk unless you actually have raw. If it's raw dairy, it's fine. If it's not raw dairy, I wouldn't touch it. Mom is on bergamot. Her triglyceride went up on it. Bergamot, it takes more than 60 days to actually work on your system. It doesn't happen overnight. So that's why I don't like it. If anything, you want to use something other than bergamot. Maybe connect with me, because the lifestyle plays a huge role in this. But there's this vitamin I can give you the name of if you download my ebook. It's been used for 84 years. Thanks, ignore my question. I'm not ignoring the question. I think your question is being blocked because keep in mind, TikTok bans certain questions based how they're written. So I've been answering every single question except yours. Obviously, it's being blocked. I'm not ignoring you. So definitely, I've written a lot of cholesterol ebooks. If you're able to download my ebook, would be greatly appreciated, because it will support my channel, even if it's only a few dollars. But it gives you a whole bunch of answers. And I know there's some of you guys out there will throw answers left and right, but it's all about the usage and the proper consumption. So yeah, I have on TikTok and I have YouTube running at the same time right now. If you put a drug or pharma name, it will be blocked. Okay, that's good to know. So you guys, whoever's asking me that question, I'm not ignoring you. Can you recommend a coffee bean? The coffee that I get, I buy it locally. If you are in the US, I was buying Bulletproof. So look for a product that is actually derived from high altitude and it does not contain any mold toxins. Now, which veggies would you live on? That's a interesting question, because I don't eat any veggies. The only veggie that I eat is the one I grow my own, which is arugula. And the only reason I take arugula once in a while is just because it enhances your nitrate, which is converts to nitric oxide, which is a vasodilates your arteries. That's the only reason I like it. Other than that, cucumber is a fruit. Zucchini is a fruit. Anything that has seeds is a fruit considered. So if I do consume them, they be actually a fruit. Only if I grow them. If I don't grow them, I never buy anything from outside. Duke, you're under the deck. Is it that hot? Come here. I can't go under. You come here. Organic tofu is man-made bullshit. I would never touch tofu in my life. You know, some people, they say they thrive on it. Anybody that actually is a blood type A+, but I think that's bullshit. It's all man-made. It's all scientifically incorrect to actually push more fake products. And tofu is not a complete amino acid profile. Do you consume arugula raw or steamed? Raw. That's the only way you can get a proper nitrate. If you steam it or anything like that, you're going to actually defeat the purpose, and it's just going to be just for fiber usage and nothing to do with nitrate anymore. Like I said, only if I grow my own. I never buy anything from the store. So yeah, I've been living like this for the past 10 years. I would never buy anything from the store unless I know the source very, very well. But arugula, I grow my own. You can grow your own. I'm probably gonna grow some this year. I'll show you guys. I'm already getting behind on planting, but I will. It's supposed to be my last question. I'm gonna wait 10 more minutes and I'll let you guys go. Which fruits? Only berries? Yes, only berries. Strawberries, blueberries, huckleberries. What about in winter? In winter, I only eat mostly meat. I don't eat anything else. The only thing I do is keep in mind, even though I am on a carnivorous diet, I still do what is called a carb load. Due to my health issue and due to my genetic, I cannot have too much saturated fats to give me the energy that I need, like most carnivores do. Because I have the LP small a genetic issue, I have to actually add some carbs. So the carbs, they actually come from certain fruits, but most of the time I do consume white rice as a carb load, and I only do this once a week so I can refuel my glycogen storage. So right now I haven't refueled my glycogen storage for 2 weeks. I'm already down about 5 pounds since I've been here. So that becomes an issue. I don't want to end up losing too much weight. So you guys have to kind of keep that in mind. Everybody has a specific health issue that we have to actually fix or look after. Steam my vegetable, is that a good thing? Yeah, it's good to actually steam your vegetables. That's how you can actually reduce the oxalates. If you don't steam them, you're going to end up having too much oxalates, and that's going to end up causing too much crystals in the body. And sometimes you end up having gout as well. You guys, please, I do have to get going. Please go to my website, whether you want to book an appointment or you want to download any of my ebooks. You guys are just supporting my channel 110%. What meats? I eat mostly grass-fed, grass-finished yak meat. It's very lean. But we're thinking of getting, me and my neighbor, we're thinking of getting a cow. Hopefully we're going to see if the cost is good. Then maybe we can have that and butcher it and have half. What about brown rice? Brown rice is the worst for your body. Very high in arsenic. And the fibers will actually cause digestive issues. So it has to be white. Why do you think back in the day, the Egyptians, China, and Russia were competing. We're talking about, more than 2,000 years ago. They're competing who can actually make the rice more whitish. And they actually figured out a way without actually causing any issues to it, because they figured that if you actually eat the brown rice, it's going to cause some issues, and if you eat it white rice, you're not going to have issues with your digestion or any type of anti-nutrient. So the whiter it is, the better it was as a pure glucose. So stay away from brown rice. Sometimes what they claim is healthy for you is actually poison for you. Now I can charge my phone, it's almost dead. So stay away from brown rice. Let's get some water. I'll show you guys the mineral that I bought. I have it on my website. Give me a second here. What about white bread versus oatmeal? Bread is bread. Bread is all comes from grains. They're all bullshit. I would never touch them unless you're actually, if you really like the white bread, then get them sourdough. What's your website? If you click on my picture profile, there is a website under it, Sean. If you can't find it, let me know. Yeah. Bread is poison, yes. If you really need bread to actually thrive, then just get yourself some sourdough. Why brown rice gut? Not good. It's very high in arsenic, and it's not good. The fibers in it are not good, going to cause IBS. Unless you're able to get like spelt flour or anything like that, like real spelt flour, not the genetically modified spelt flour, is different. For some cultures, it's good, but that stuff is heavily sprayed. Black beans, not really. It's funny. If you actually eat the raw beans, 5 of them, your body can go into a heavy coagulation and you can die within less than 5 hours. So now we have to cook the beans to actually eat them. Why should we even bother? Same with popcorn. It's all genetically modified. This is a yak meat that I buy, guys. So it's 100% yak, 5% fat only in it. Very, very lean. Guys, I do have to get going. I'm sure I'll come back again tomorrow and we'll continue our chat. In the meantime, you guys don't forget to support my channel on YouTube, would be great. And if you have any further questions, feel free to send me a direct message. More than happy to respond. In the meantime, you guys have a nice Friday, and I'm sure we'll touch base tomorrow, because tomorrow we're gonna probably cook the tongue, if I can get everything up and going, and we'll do a video on that. You guys take care.